Finally everybody, President Biden, it's time for him to send out the fourth stimulus check. And if you guys think he will, tell me in the comments down below. I think he should definitely do more and help out the American people with the fourth stimulus payment. Now, while the third round of economic stimulus payments were sent out to eligible people last year, some individuals who didn't receive one were able to file for it. Now in New Jersey, mainly residents will be able to receive up to $500 in tax rebates after they file their 2021 taxes. Additionally, many other states have enacted legislation that is going to provide residents with more economic payments after their taxes are filed this year. This means that once a taxpayer files their 2021 taxes, the State Department of Revenue will actually send out additional credit in the state of Georgia. Single taxpayers will receive $250 and married couples will receive $500. A taxpayer that is considered the head of household will receive a $375 payment. Now, the Georgia governor told reporters when government takes in more than needs, those dollars should be returned to the taxpayers. The IRS is also halfway to meeting its ambitious hiring goals. The agency commissioner told lawmakers he still cannot relieve concerns that tax returns and backlogs and customer service wait times will continue to balloon. So while mandatory overtime for 6,000 employees, surge team deployments, and a hiring influx have reduced the existing backlog, the IRS still has 6 million returns to go through. The IRS commissioner recently announced a plan to bring in new employees over the next 2 years. Now, Congress will be providing the IRS with a funding increase of $675 million as part of the fiscal 2022 omnibus spending bill. That's the largest bump since 2001. President Biden also requested an additional 18% bump for fiscal 2023. So folks, the IRS Commissioner Chuck Reddick has a very important announcement for everybody. Monthly checks will be deposited to help financially millions of low and middle income households as inflation continues to soar to new records. So checks worth up to $500 will begin to go out to hundreds of thousands of eligible Americans this very month. And we have some good news, everybody. Several congressional leaders have released proposals to provide relief for increasing gas prices, and now they are finally taking action and signing these bills into law. The governor of Georgia has already signed into law a bill that will send payments very soon to people in Georgia out of a state budget surplus of more than $2 billion. Of the surplus, $1.6 billion is being sent back directly to the pockets of Georgia residents who paid state income taxes for at least the last 2 years. The payments will come in 3 varying amounts depending on how your income and household files taxes. Now, single tax filers or married taxpayers filing separately will receive a $250 check. Head of household filers will receive $375, and then married joint filers will receive a payment worth $500. At the time the law was signed, the state said only that it would be sending out the payments in the coming weeks, and the Georgia Department of Revenue has finally announced an official timeline for when you can expect to get your check. State officials have said that eligible Americans should start arriving their checks in 4 to 6 more weeks, and that would roughly mean people should start seeing the payments from about May 4th to May 18th, and which is really great news. Now, the 2022 tax season is swiftly coming to an end, but the commissioner of the IRS warned this week that many taxpayers could see delays in their refunds as the agency confronts a worker shortage and severe backlog of unprocessed returns. While testifying before the Senate Finance Committee, Chuck Reddick acknowledged that continuing fallout from the crisis and the many tax changes, including the federal relief measures, is likely to delay tax refunds for some filers this year. Chuck Reddick said the IRS is serving more people and entities in a global environment than ever before, while handling new and bigger responsibilities. At the time, we have experienced delays in updating our IT systems, which means the IRS and taxpayers must continue to use certain paper-based processes. And although the IRS is planning a hiring spree this tax season to process 20 million returns, the agency has so far onboarded just 2,000 of the 10,000 new workers that it intended to hire. There are roughly 2.7 million paper returns from 2021 and 2.3 million returns from 2022 that have not yet been processed. By comparison, the IRS usually enters the tax filing season with fewer than 1 million remaining items to address. Still, Chuck Reddick noted the IRS has cleared about 90% of the error resolution backlog.